Take two.
Take
All
two.
right. Hey everybody, Randy Elgin, Keller Williams Realty, the SA Realty Watch Group. We're talking about resources again.
Yes.
Everybody needs resources, and just because I'm in the real estate business doesn't mean that we're talking about buying and selling houses. I'm here with my friend Brynn.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about a couple things. One, what she does, what the resources she can offer, and also something very near and dear to her heart, and that's her son.
Yes.
So,
We can talk about that all day long if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Brynn, you're with the Sigman Team of
Yep.
Legacy Mutual Mortgage,
Mhm.
right? And you've been with the team for how long?
9 years.
9 years.
Yeah.
Okay, and you came from the title world?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I did.
And so, and you work for Josh Sigman.
Yep.
Okay. And how long has he been been a lender?
He has been a lender for 15 years.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
And so I joined him 6 years into his career.
6 years into his career.
Mhm.
Okay. And when did you and I meet?
You were like one of the, I called you in my first year
Okay.
of being with Josh.
Okay.
Because I had heard your name and I knew that you had a great business, and I was trying to impress Josh because I was still like in the first year.
Oh,
And so I'm like, I'm gonna call Randy Elgin. I just am gonna do it, and I'll never forget. I invited him over. I invited you over to our office, and at the right exact time that you were going to be coming in for the appointment, I was taking a bunch of stuff out of my car.
Oh yeah.
And I saw you, and I said, "Are you Randy?" And you said, "Yes." And I said, "I'm your appointment that you're coming to meet. Can you help me unload all of this stuff from my car?"
I do remember that.
Which is really kind of funny because, I mean, it's just one, highly unprofessional of me to ask. I don't, but
We're talking about resources. She utilized a resource that she
Yeah.
didn't know, and it worked out for her.
And
So
it worked
we're all
out.
good.
There we go. So, anyways, kind of a funny start to our story.
Right. So Josh was in it for 6 years,
Mhm.
or he had the systems put in place. Do you remember the first person that you got as a client for the Sigman Team without really any involvement from Josh?
Yes, absolutely. Like, it was such a big moment. It was such a
Okay.
big moment. Like, you know, I knew I had a lot to prove, and I knew that he was so great, and
Mhm.
so I was like, I can't wait to get my people in here. And yes, so I distinctly remember.
Okay, so where did that client come from?
So because I came from the title world, I
Mhm.
had built up a book of business, and so the first thing I did when I started with Josh was contact all my realtors and said, you know, hey, I know that you've trusted me from a listing agent
Mhm.
and title perspective. I've made a move. I need for you to trust me. This dude's awesome. Can we meet for coffee? And so I did that. I scoured my database and got the word out as much as I could.
Mhm.
And so it was a really nice segue over here. It really was.
And I imagine this agent's still with you guys?
Yes.
Utilize the service?
Yes, yes,
Fantastic.
they are. Yeah.
Good deal.
Yep.
Good deal. So obviously you're in the marketing aspect of this.
Yes. Yeah.
So what is the range of your duties with the Sigman Team? I mean, is it just marketing, and what does that entail?
So it's sales and marketing. So I have 3 main job duties. The first one is to make it rain and lead generate. So go out and identify new opportunities
Mhm.
and new relationships that can send us business.
Yeah.
The second one is to maintain the relationships that are sending us business.
Sure.
And then the third piece is where I jump over into the marketing side, and that is to execute all marketing campaigns. So everything for our past clients, all of our birthday initiatives, all of our events, everything,
Mhm.
social media. So it's twofold. It's sales and marketing,
Right.
which I love both equally, honestly. So
Yeah.
so it's perfect.
Okay. And let's try to change gears here a little bit. Besides the resources of lending, something occurred in your family
Yes.
a while back.
Yes.
And you're just now completely passionate about this.
Oh man, yes.
So tell me a little bit about what's going on in your life and what you're passionate about.
Yeah, so Weston, my middle son, he's 9 years old now, was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes almost 2 years ago. And so we were in the hospital for a week, and then, getting everything, getting him corrected, I guess you should say. And JDRF, the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, truly an amazing organization. They are on it with newly diagnosed families. They reach out. They have a committee of people that reach out, really just to be a resource and to be nice and welcoming and for you to know that you're not alone. And I am very much not a support group type person, and so I would, take their calls and be nice, all the while thinking, I really just want to be left alone. Like, I just want to be my type 1 family. I want to get this figured out. I don't want to do all that. And my husband signed us up for an event. So they do a lot of events for type 1 families.
Yeah.
He signed us up for an event. I tried to weasel out of that. Like, I have a work event, and which I did. I ended up going and stopping by for like the last 15 minutes. And I was blown away by the organization, by the people. It was so real, and they were so cool, and they were so warm and welcoming. And I literally asked right then and there, I said, what can I do to help?
Okay.
Like, I was sold. What can I do to help? And they said, you should get involved with One Walk. And so I'm like, I don't know what that is. Sounds great. Ultimately, they do a huge walk every year and raise roughly $500,000 is typically their goal.
Nice.
And so you make a team and you raise money.
Okay.
And so, man, I jumped in, like, not with both feet, but like my whole body in to JDRF. And I really think that it comes from a place of therapy almost, because I can't control Weston's type 1. I cannot control anything about the fact that he has type 1. I can't control his blood sugars. But I can control trying to find a cure. Okay. And I think it is a form of therapy for me to be involved and to raise money. Yeah. And just be a part of the movement, because the only thing that JDRF focuses on is finding a cure. Every dollar, all research, all development, that's all they do. And so it fits, it works. I'm uber passionate, and it's kind of crazy because I've never had anything like that before. Okay. Ever. I've never really been tied to any organization. So so it's kind of cool. It's really cool.
You mentioned a walk. Now, is that walk coming up?
It is coming up. I'm so glad you asked. It is November 10th. It is at the UT Health Science Center. Okay. It's early in the morning. I don't know the exact times, but I'm going to say like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
The 10th?
The 10th, November 10th.
That's a Sunday?
It's a Sunday.
Okay.
It is so fun. It is so fun. The military troops are there. We walk. There's food. There's games. Actually, our team just won a 20 by 20 tent with a fully catered lunch. And so anybody that comes to walk with us, Westos and Prestos, that's the team name. Anybody that wants to walk with us can hang out in our tent and enjoy lunch and just be a part of it. It's awesome. Great. It's super cool. Yeah.
And you've been, how's the goal? You have an individual team goal, right?
We do, yes.
And you were saying something the other day about, tell me about it.
So last year when we set up our team, not knowing anything, I just asked the question to JDRF, what's the most anybody's ever raised? Okay. And they said 14,000. And I said, cool, we'll do 15. And we did. We actually ended up raising 26,000.
Oh, wow.
In 30 days. 30 days. And so we're like, let's do it again. So we started our 30-day challenge on October 10th. Our goal is $40,000.
Wow.
We just crossed the $16,000 mark.
Okay.
We've got 9 days left. That's a lot of money to raise.
It is a lot.
We're gonna get there. It's gonna be great, and it's just the coolest thing about the campaign is that we spread a lot of education. So I didn't know anything about type 1, literally nothing, and what I've learned is that most people don't know much about type 1 either.
Right.
And so for 30 days, we put out one video on Facebook about a day in the life. A day in the life, and it's from Weston. It's Weston's story to tell, and he's telling it through these videos. And I think that paints a really vivid picture for people.
Right.
And so it's a ton of education, it's a ton of awareness, and it's a lot of money to try to find a cure. So it's awesome. It's just awesome.
So how would the viewers be able to reach out and help out the JDRF fund for you?
I love it. So the best way is to look on our Facebook page, which is Walking for a World Without Type 1, specifically Westos and Prestos. And so there's Facebook pages. I'm all over Instagram, Brynn.Rouse. And what's another way? Visiting the JDRF website. We have raffle tickets with some amazing prizes. We've got really cool merchandise, some awesome hats, shirts. So, yeah.
And of course, you can call me and I can put you in contact with this wonderful lady directly.
Absolutely. Yes.
Well, I do appreciate you sitting down with me. And
oh my gosh, yes. Like I said, I could talk about it all day long.
So, yeah, absolutely. So, again, it's all about resources. It's not about getting your house refinanced or buying or selling or anything like that. Who do you know really helps you in your life, and this lady helps me, and I help out everybody I can. So, Randy Elgin, Brynn Rouse.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
That was awesome.